1970 to 1995, the Virgin Mary and her Divine Son Jesus would appear to Veronica of the Cross during Rosary Vigils at the Vatican Pavilion site in Flushing Meadows Park, New York, giving urgent prophecies and words of admonition and love. Over 300 timely messages were transmitted by heaven through Veronica. To this day, prayer vigils are held regularly on the sacred grounds. Many people travel to the sacred site from all around the world and have received great graces of spiritual and physical healing. The shrine is staffed by the lay order of St. Michael, who lead the way in this critical mission to bring heaven's message to the world. The following is an excerpt of the message given on April 2nd, 1977. Our Lady is speaking, and she says, "My child, for those who have received in abundance, much is expected of them. Victim souls are needed for the repatriation of the fallen souls in my Son's church. O my children, I repeat and repeat my warnings to mankind, hoping that as I go throughout your world shouting these warnings from heaven, another will listen and carry the message to others throughout your world. I have brought you in the past the truth in knowledge from the Eternal Father that there is to come upon the world a great chastisement. Measure for measure, man shall do penance, willingly or unwillingly. My children, a church in darkness wears a band of death about it. All that is rotten shall fall. The world's peoples in my Son's hierarchy are being tested. Too long has man used my Son's church to deceive, for many have entered not in good spirit, but to destroy. And now their fruits are being noticed, as they came from bad seed. My children, I do not speak in riddles to you, no more than my Son's prophets spoke to you in riddles. There is much given by heaven that remains a mystery to man because he does not accept the graces from heaven, graces that will open his eyes, open his heart for the entrance of the light. Man in his search for worldly acclaim, bringing with him humanism and modernism and doctrines of devils into my Son's house and the world's peoples, man in his search for the truth, using science and scientific minds, have found themselves farther from the truth and the light, for man is ever searching but never coming to the truth. Those who have the greatest power in my Son's church for the salvation of souls are using these powers to destroy. I say unto you, remove the blindness from your hearts, awaken from your slumber, O pastors, and recognize the signs of your times. The Antichrist, known as the 666 forces, are among you. They now are in full control of the world's nations and people. The count and the countdown is approaching, and what will be left but the remnant? And who are the remnant, my children, you ask, but the few who will be saved? O my children, many are coming now in my Son's name with all good-sounding, scholastic-sounding words of love and brotherhood and charity, but I say unto you, you are hypocrites. All manner of words come from your lips, while your heart harbors evil. My children, you have been given the knowledge throughout the ages the false prophets shall come into your world. These false prophets shall be known because they will bring in doctrines of demons. We see a church of man being built, a church that has no angels guiding it, a church that is made, as the true church of my Son is being chipped away at, undermined by my Son's own priests. How dare you debase my Son's heritage by allowing all evil to be condoned in his church? You men who were formerly of the light and have given yourselves to the darkness, you condone this foul act of homosexuality. And why? As Satan inspires you and directs you, you go about looking for excuses for sin. You condone it with permissiveness. You have taken the direction and the commandments of your God, and you reevaluate. You take them to your scholars who have heads of fog, and in your masterly worldly way you delude those of less learning to believe, because of your high-sounding words and theses and all manner of scholarly knowledge. You delude those who do not have the God-given knowledge to believe your rot. You even deny the truth of what the Eternal Father did to Sodom and Gomorrah for the sin of homosexuality. You who cry, love your neighbor, do not twist the truth and say that Sodom and Gomorrah fell because they were inhospitable. No, I say unto you, hospitality had nothing at all to do with this. It was a matter of degrading, debased sin, using a creation of the Father for vile acts, animal acts, and far worse, until your filth and pollution has entered into the minds and souls of the young. You defilers of mankind, the skin shall burn off of your bones soon.